What's going on? We are officially live. And as always, it usually takes a few minutes for people to see that you're live. I know back in the day, if you were subscribed to somebody, you got the notifications right away. Now you have to subscribe and click the bell notification too, which I think is unnecessary. YouTube's changed a lot over the years, but I did make a post on my community section and then on my Facebook page for the YouTube channel to let people know that I was going to go live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did post on my Instagram though. Maybe I should have, but hopefully some people saw that. I know I had like a few thumbs up on there, so some people did see it. But yeah, I guess if you come into this, I think this is the earliest that I've ever done a live stream as well. Usually I do them, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, something like that. I know a lot of people are usually like, especially from England and Scotland, Ireland, places like that. It's like real late over there. So I always appreciate when people like that tune in. So hopefully, because this is a little bit earlier, we'll get some more people in here. So far, it looks like nobody. So there's that. Okay, we got somebody in here. For welcome to the chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community guidelines. I pressed learn more. I thought I had to press that to get it to go away, and it just brought me to like another site. So hopefully that didn't mess anything up. I don't know if there was an interruption, because when I clicked off of that, it said you're live again. I was like, oh, all right, that's weird. Just froze. What's going on, Maxa Jackson? No, you didn't miss anything. Javier, how are you, man? My best friend growing up was named Javier, but with an H, actually. He was the only person I ever met who had it spelled that way, so I thought that was pretty unique. I'm back. Yes. I'm actually, Max Jackson. I was actually going to go through some baseball cards and stuff. Not pre-war era stuff, although I do have a Cracker Jack card somewhere. But I was going to go through all like my autographed cards and stuff like that. Probably going to get rid of most of those too. Only collecting the cut autos. Thank you. I appreciate it. I grew it myself. It's interesting because I think a lot of people didn't know me with the beard, and they see me now with the beard. It's kind of shocking, but I remember I shaved it off last year, and I have a baby face, so people were like kind of shocked to see me clean shaven like that. How are you, Ryan? Yeah, I will. I have a few. I don't know what you collect, Max Jackson, besides the pre-war era stuff. So yeah, but I got a ton of stuff. I got some auto stuff, mostly like SP legendary cuts and stuff like that. But I have a whole like I don't know what to do with like all my cards from like the '90s era. Especially I had like a whole bunch of basketball cards. There were different like inserts and stuff like that. I don't know. I kind of feel bad. I don't want to just get rid of them, but I don't really know if they have any value at this point. Maybe I'll do like a whole separate thing for that. There's probably Facebook groups. There's Facebook groups for everything right now. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'd appreciate it, Max Jackson. You've definitely been very helpful, and especially with the group, I definitely appreciate that. So yeah, I was gonna do this whole live Q&A, pretty much like open to ask me anything. I remember years ago I did a Q&A and I filmed. It was like a couple hours long answering it, and I was editing it, and I just never finished editing it, and I never uploaded it, and I kind of feel bad about that. So I was hoping that if anybody was interested, they could ask away anything. Your gym teacher seems like he's a cool guy then. Did you get a chance to check out any of the movies I recommended? Oh man, you know what you're gonna have to give me that recommendation. I know there was one that was on Netflix that was direct. Oh, uh, I can't remember the guy who's was it Macon something. He was from oh my gosh, what is the name of that movie now? Making something, right? Yes, Krabbies. You saw that in the in the thumbnail. I know the movie. I just can't think of the name of it right now. With Elijah Wood, something about the end of the world, or we're not safe here anymore. That's what it was, right? We're not safe here anymore. I haven't checked it out, but I definitely need to. I think I checked out some other ones you suggested already, but feel free to leave me more suggestions for sure. I'm always looking to find new movies. I definitely plan to check out We Don't Feel Safe Here Anymore with Elijah Wood, because I know that is still on Netflix, so I got to knock out some movies. I want to knock out some more of the Oscar-nominated movies, and I wanted to check out more foreign movies, too. I really didn't get a chance to check out many this year. This is probably the year that I've checked out the least amount of foreign independent movies. Yes, Roma. I've actually heard a lot of mixed reviews for Roma. A lot of actually pretty much negative reviews, mostly, now that I think about it. Like, a lot of criticism about the pacing. But yeah, I'm expecting at least really good cinematography from it. How are you, Nina? I have a lot of Blu-rays and I love collecting. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a lot of fun. I love the community on here. I've been on here for a long time, and I still like making videos and showing my collection. I definitely want to get back to more straight up movie reviews, though. Oh, there you go. I don't feel at home at this world anymore. I did remember Macon. I couldn't remember his last name. Um, but yeah. I haven't seen a ton of really good movies recently. I've been watching like some of the my older movies that I've had for a while. Like I watched this documentary called Dark Days. It's about homeless people living in the subways in New York City. That to me I thought was a really good documentary. Definitely, I have to admit, reading the bios of the people, what happened to them afterwards, I was definitely holding back some tears. Some tragic stuff indeed. I'm doing well, Nina. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing good too. DJ Donnelly, have you ever Googled why does my dad look like a dolphin? No. I have no idea what that is. I know there's all kinds of weird things to Google and stuff. I feel like I've seen a bunch of movies that I just thought were okay recently. Like I watched the new Robin Hood movie, and I thought it was decent. It was a very stylized take on a classic tale. But for me, I feel like it needed a bigger lead star. I think that was my biggest issue with it. You have a huge franchise like that, and you don't have a lead that's really that big. I know he's done the Kingsman movies, but I don't know. And then Eddie Eagle too. But scrolling through. Joel, how are you, man? And whenever I see the name Joel now, I think of Joel Embiid because it's spelled the same way, but it's pronounced Joel. But I'm sure you're Joel. I'm doing well. How about yourself? The night comes for us. That one sounds familiar. What is that one about, Max Jackson? Because I know I saw. Oh, that's the action one with the guys from the Raid, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is that on Netflix too? I think it might be. I watched another movie recently. I can't remember. I think it might have been the same director from Green Room and Blue Ruin and all that stuff. And I can't remember the name of the movie though. It was like a wintry setting, and I was loving it up until the ending. I was a Netflix original. Awesome. I think Netflix is killing it right now. But yeah, so basically this video was kind of to make up for the fact that I never uploaded my Q&A from like probably like 5 years ago now. And I was looking back at my videos. I was way more popular on here 5, 6 years ago, way more views and stuff like that. Not like that matters, but it's just interesting to see some of the like the crazy views I had back in the day. I just had a video past the 100,000 views, so that was pretty cool, and then a few 70 something thousand views, and now I'm up and loading ones, and I'm lucky to get like 1,000. So what can you do? But yeah, I did that Q&A back in the day, and I answered all the questions, and I just never uploaded them, and I feel bad about that. So I was debating about like redoing it, but then like because YouTube changed everything, so if you made a video private, all the comments disappear. So I'd have to like go through that video and sit down, and like it was like a filming that video was like a couple hours long, so I don't really want to do that. So I figured this would be kind of like a fun thing to do. So if you have any questions for me, you can ask anything. Movies, personal life, whatever. This is going to be kind of like a just an all-out Q&A if you want to ask. And let's see, scrolling through. Do you watch other blue tubers? If so, who do you enjoy watching? Yes, I mean, obviously, the first person I ever saw make any Blu-ray updates on here was Cool Duder. He's basically the grandfather of Blu-ray updaters and stuff like that, movie collectors on here. Now, though, I really enjoy Movie Chatter. Stephanie, she's got a great channel, great content, very nice as well, friendly, great collection. And I also like Talk Movies with Us, Ashley and George. There's a whole bunch of people that I follow. I really haven't been too active following people recently besides like a handful of people just because my life is busy and sometimes it takes up time watching half an hour update videos, so I kind of selective now who I watch, but those are probably the two people that I watch the most right now: Movie Chatter and Talk Movies with Us. Blu-ray Rad in Canada is pretty good. I haven't checked out their videos in a little bit, but they definitely deserve more attention. I don't know, I have a few people on my channels to recommend on my main page. I usually check them out too. Oh man, Three Flicks Mafia. I can't remember, but it's a take on 3-6 Mafia. Whole bunch of guys that were in the community before back in the day. Visual Expression, and I can't remember what he goes by now. I think it's like Chatty Bobby or something like that. But they're fun. It was WrestleManiac back in the day, but they're fun to watch as well. You know, they uploaded a couple things recently. I almost finished the one video where they went to the convention, but I didn't finish it yet. But yeah, if you have any recommendations for Blue tubers to check out, Blu-ray updaters, movie reviewers, and stuff like that, I'm definitely looking forward to finding new people on here. Excited for the Wrong Turn remake? Not really. They're bringing back the director from the first one. I mean, I thought the first one was awesome. Great backwoods slasher. I like the second one. And they kind of like progressively went downhill. I love snowy setting horror movies, but I think it was like Wrong Turn 5. Or was it Wrong Turn 4? I think it was Wrong Turn 4, actually. I thought that one was terrible. One of the worst in the series. I think 5 was actually the worst in the series. I think 5 to me wasn't even worth owning. But I like 6, kind of like a Caligula take on it. And 6 had some controversy as well because they used a photo of an actual like missing person. They had to like recall the movies and like take like it was literally like a second, and they had to take that out because I think the parents were like suing. I understandably so. I don't know how that could slip through the cracks like that, but I didn't know they're actually going to do another remake. They're remaking everything horror wise. I thought they were just going to make another sequel. But the thing is, though, I think it's a good horror franchise overall. They just need to have a better budget for the effects. Like the makeup effects at this point look like Halloween costumes, like stuff you would find in any kind of regular store. Hold the Dark, yeah, there you go. Hold the Dark. I was really enjoying it up until the ending. I kind of like things with some anonymity and ambiguity rather, and I was digging it. You don't necessarily need everything spoon-fed, but then the way that it ended was just like a huge letdown. I didn't imagine mind the dramatic pacing and things like that. Joel Joel says my hold on, comment is going away. My best friend just broke up with me after an argument and some miscommunications. I've been tearing up for up these few days. Do you have any advice? I don't know if I should just move on and face it or not. I mean, I think everybody's had that at some point. It really depends how close you guys were, how long you guys were friends for, what you were arguing over. But I think it's if they're a good person and they've been in your life for a long time, it would be good to step up and maybe be the bigger person and maybe say, you know, I apologize for the miscommunication. I value your friendship. I know it's hard to find really good people. That's one thing I've learned over the years. So if they're a really good person and it's worth mending the friendship, you know, step up to it. Don't let your ego get in the way. And yeah, I mean, that's the best thing. And sometimes that can bring you closer together. So I wish you the best on that, Joel. Yes, Max and Jackson, I'd love to see you do a movie channel. I think you have some good insight. Actually, you've really surprised me in the past, so I think that would be awesome. I would definitely check out your videos. Karen, how are you? Have you ever seen something you own in a movie or shop as a prop? Like, oh my God, my couch is famous. No, I don't think I have. Nah. But yeah, you know, that would be interesting. Also, I haven't seen Turbo Kid. That's one I've been meaning to check out for a long time. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I can't remember who the director was, but the director did something else I believe that I enjoyed. I think, anyways. Scrolling back. I didn't see your comment, Ryan. It says message retracted. I'm always curious when I see that to see what you were saying. But JB in the house. Hey, what's going on? Wow. Throwback, man. Holy moly. How have you been? I haven't talked to you in like ages. Pet Cemetery trailer looks good. What happened to your girlfriend? I feel like you ask that every time, and I'm not sure which girlfriend you're talking about. I've had several girls on my channel, so I don't know. I don't know if I actually was officially dating like any of the girls in my videos. Just girls I was like seeing and stuff. I'm seeing somebody now, so there's that. But I know you used to comment about a girl I was seeing on here like all the time. First time coming back on YouTube in a while. Well, that's awesome, and thanks for tuning in. I definitely appreciate that. Dark Fiend X, what's up? Summer of '84, there you go. Thank you, Maxa Jackson. Yeah, I really enjoyed Summer of '84, although, again, I wanted the ending left me wanting more. Bohemian Rhapsody comes out tomorrow. Yes, I haven't checked that one out, but I plan to because I know it's got a lot of Oscar buzz, and I want to check out all the ones. Star is Born, which I don't know, it was like the fifth or sixth time that movie's been remade. I need to check that one out too. I feel like I'm behind on a lot of the Oscar ones, and kind of surprised by a lot of the nominations. I was really hoping Toni Collette would get recognized for Hereditary. I thought that performance was amazing. That's my favorite movie of the year. To me, Hereditary is not only the creepiest movie of recent years, but one of the creepiest movies of all time. I know it's a love it or hate it movie. I've seen a lot of hate for it, but it's kind of shocking to me. I think it's a modern classic. Uh, yes, absolutely, Seth. Nina Padilla, you said her? I'm not sure what that's in reference to. But yeah, Nina, it's always nice to see you on here too. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a bit, and I definitely appreciate your support. And forgive me, I'm getting Hereditary was a great movie. Absolutely, I'm glad you appreciate it too. I feel like it's surprising to see how much hate that movie got. But I am drinking a Krabby's ginger beer. I'm a little parched, so yeah, I was actually kind of surprised about A Quiet Place too, because I think for like a mainstream horror movie, that was a really good one. And now I really like A Quiet Place. It's like I've watched a lot more movies now than I have, so I feel like right now it's on like my 10th spot for favorite movies of the year. Gregory White, Message Retracted. I feel like it's the second Message Retracted that I've seen. College Slam. Nah, I'm not. Well, I don't think if I shave my beard, it's not because some random person on the internet tells me to. I thought about doing it, but yeah, way more people like the beard than don't. So sorry that you're in the minority on that one. I think studios are willing to send review copies to anyone. It depends on which studio. I would disagree. I feel like the PR reps that handle the review copies are pretty inept. Like it's pretty crazy to see what they're doing. I feel like they need to have just a cleanse of 99% of the PR reps that send out review copies because they don't know what they're doing. They don't look at anything. It's kind of shocking. But I've seen some PR reps send people who have like no like 100 subscribers, no views. I'm like, what's the point? But I mean, props to the people who get the review copies. You know, you can't be mad at that from their perspective, their side. But from the PR side, I don't understand it. But yeah, there used to be a lot of companies had prerequisite views. Like you'd have to get like 50,000 views a month, 100,000 views a month. So I guess a lot of got more a little lackadaisical and but yeah, I mean it's good for the people receiving them. Have you seen the new Aladdin teaser? I haven't seen the teaser. I saw the pics, and I really don't have any interest to see it. I like Will Smith, but the other two they should have for a big movie franchise like that. They should have well-known, recognizable leads. So yeah, that's another thing like that. I feel like if you're going to have a huge franchise movie, you need to have big leads. I felt the same thing for Robin Hood. They had a really good supporting cast, Jamie Foxx and Mendelsohn, but the lead guy, I know he was in the Kingsman and Eddie Eagle, but I think they should have had a bigger lead than him, Taron Egerton. And I see there's 27 people in here watching. If you guys could give me a thumbs up on the video, I would really appreciate it because it helps get more exposure. So when I do more of these videos, more people will possibly see them and check it out. So if you could give me a thumbs up on this video right now, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I see some people doing it already. I definitely, yeah, it helps the exposure. That's the biggest thing. I haven't seen the teaser for it, but maybe if I do see it, I will talk about it. But yeah, I'm not too thrilled about the new Aladdin. There are a lot of people out there who don't appreciate strange movies or those that make you think. I agree with that. I definitely appreciate the strange and weird and dark movies. I like depressing movies a lot. That's some of my favorites. I was actually talking about this in a video. I don't think I've uploaded the video yet, but Tyrannosaur is one that I really enjoyed. Came out, I want to say like 5 or 6 years ago, probably 6 years ago now. And that's why I don't really hear anybody talk about a depressing movie. The ending could have been a little bit better, but I still love it. And I feel like it doesn't get a lot of attention and doesn't have a Blu-ray release currently. And I feel like a company like Arrow Video or Criterion Collection would be great for that one. Jay, please do a video of your whole 4K collection. Yes, and a whole video of your whole Scream Factory collection. I plan to do both. Creeper Creep, which is an awesome name, by the way. I have like here's a huge stack of 4Ks like right next to me right now. I was gonna do an update, and then there's some more over here, and then I have like a couple shelves in the other room too. And then for Scream Factory, I'm kind of picky when it comes to Scream Factory. Like they've done a lot of re-releases, so I haven't picked up everything they put out. I know there's a lot of people that pick up literally everything. And that's cool, but for me, I just don't see the need. Like, I already have Misery, I already have Trick or Treat. The Trick or Treat transfer wasn't much different from the previous release. The same thing with a lot of their stuff, so. But anytime they have something new that I like, I'm all about it. Like, I picked up, I got the Rec, excuse me, the Rec collection and then the Critters collection, which are right over there in the corner. And then I'm surrounded by movies right now. Like you guys don't even know, right there and right there. And then I have the rest of the collection in the other room, which maybe I'll show you that in a minute. Scrolling through, I think I might have missed some comments, so forgive me. Did you hear Zack Snyder is making a $90 million zombie heist movie for Netflix? I feel like I heard something. I didn't know it was that figure, and that seems amazing. I like the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead remake. I know a lot of people hated it, but I love the heck out of it. I thought it was a really good action-oriented horror movie remake. I love the original a little bit more just because I grew up on it, but I still think the remake was amazing. So I would definitely check that out. I don't know what was happening with the World War Z. I thought they were going to do another one in that, but it keeps like falling through. Top five anticipated movies of for the year. I don't know. Somebody else asked me that recently too. I have to really sit down and take a look at what's coming out. I am excited for the Child's Play movie. I did a trailer reaction review for that, and it's like literally like 20 minutes after I made the video, I got hit with the copyright tag because I used the trailer in it. And of course, my luck right there. But that's one. Noah Kaiser, I only have 146 subscribers, and I have Mill Creek, Synodem, and Gravitas Ventures sending me review copies. Noah, I think that's awesome for you. I really don't understand why they would do it, though. For a smaller channel like yours, I don't think you're getting a ton of views. So exposure-wise, it really doesn't make sense from them. From the, hey, but it works for you, right? Again, I feel like a lot of the PR people are really inept and don't know what they're doing. I feel like the PR people, like all the companies, need to be cleaned house. New people who know what they're doing, actually look at who they're sending stuff to. It is crazy to me. I might do a whole video on that. But that's awesome, Noah, that you're getting the review copies. But even you said yourself that they're sending it to anybody. It's cool that you can, take that as, you realize that essentially. Actually, my best friend was in depression. I wanted to help her. We were pretty close. Joel, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can still help her and that you guys can work things out. Yeah, Dark Fiend, I'm not really interested in checking out Aladdin as well. Gregory White, first message was an oops. Hereditary wasn't as good as I thought, but I loved the score and cinematography. Yeah, for me, though, Hereditary is my favorite movie of last year and one of the creepiest horror movies ever. And all movie related. What's terrible anyways? Let me know. Jay, please. Okay, I saw that one. Have you ever seen Bone Collector? Yes, I have. Not in a long time though, but I do remember enjoying it. Jeff, how are you, man? Long time no talk. Hope Scream Factory does a release of the first Wrong Turn. I would love to see them do maybe a Wrong Turn collection box set, possibly. Although the first two are by far the best. After that, it kind of dips. Like I really don't even think the fourth and fifth one are worth owning personally. I have the fourth one right now, and I'm gonna give it a rewatch just to see. The only thing I remember really enjoying about it was the setting. They'd be better than some of the releases that they're doing. Yeah, again, Green Inferno I thought had a decent release from Universal. Doesn't need a re-release so quickly. Like it just came out what 2 years ago. 90 million. No wonder Netflix rates are going up again. I think Netflix is worth it for what they're offering. They have a lot of movies that are better than what you see in the movie theaters. So I'm worth, if they hike it up another dollar or something, I think it's worth it. I mean, it's not that expensive, and I think it's the best movie streaming service out there right now. Do you like Bohemian Rhapsody? I haven't seen it yet. I like Queen. Boy, I haven't seen you in years. I've been a subscriber for years. How do I check that? I'm not sure. I don't know either, but thank you for continuing to support. I really do appreciate that. Nicholas Lucas. I do like, is his name Remy Malek? I know him from, what is the name of the TV show that's so good? Mr. Ghost, I'm drawing a blank right now, but I remember really enjoying the show. I haven't seen it, I saw like the first season and then part of the second season, and Mr. Robot, what was it, Mr. Ghost, but Mr. Robot. Back in the day, YouTube didn't have notification warning, and I subbed to many channels and stopped getting about your new videos, but thank you. That's cool that YouTube actually told you about one of my videos. That's awesome. I think my most anticipated, yeah, Us, actually, I was surprised. I think the trailer looked really riveting and intriguing, and I can't wait to see how the concept works about it. Obviously, This Is Us. Thank you, Mr. Robot, everybody chiming in on that one. I didn't see your guys' comments, but then I thought about it for a minute as Mr. Robot, yeah. I agree. I thought I would try, and they are willing to send me, and I reached out to multiple companies, and those three got back to me. I thought it was odd. I mean, again, like I said, it's surprising, but it works out for you. So maybe you can grow your channel, and those other companies will be willing to send out as well. Have you tried Full Moon? I feel like they send out to pretty much anybody as well. I knew somebody who had like no views, and they were getting stuff from them too. So have you watched Rec? Yes, I love Rec. I actually have the Rec box set right there, and I've seen all of the Rec movies. I keep knocking. I have a huge stack of 4K titles right next to me, and I keep like knocking them over. But I actually, one of the things I really want to do on my channel is go back to doing legit full movie reviews. Like a lot of times when I do the Blu-ray updates, I'll do some ones where it's like reviews of the titles, but it's usually like 2 to 3 minute ones. And I like doing the longer reviews. I go a little bit more in depth like that. Yeah, I can't. The Twilight Zone one, I'm a little skeptical because I've seen the Twilight Zone done before in the past. The original is amazing, and then some of the ones that they've done over the years have been quite as good. But I like Jordan Peele seems to be very talented. What modern movies do you think would become future classics and stand out? Hereditary for me, I definitely think is up there. The Witch is another one. It Follows, I really liked. Well, I'm thinking mostly like horror because horror is my favorite genre by far. Ooh, excuse me. That's a good one though, like modern classics one. Yes, thank you, 41. I appreciate that. Oh wow, there's a state of emergency declared. I just got a text message for at midnight for New Jersey over here, so I guess we're gonna get a ton of snow. I imported the French box set collection. Oh yeah, it's so funny. I bought a bunch of the ones from Canada, and then they released that set, and I was like, all right. Um, what other small studios would I recommend? I guess Full Moon is the biggest one, and then you already, I guess, deal with all the other ones that I think are worth it. Wild Eye has got some good stuff, but they got a lot of you got to sift through it. Pedrex, what's up, man? Holy moly, I haven't talked to you in a while on here. Uh, what do you think of Robert Pattinson rumors playing Batman? I am not for that. I do like him though. I think he's not just Twilight. I really liked him in the movie called The Rover. I think it was a really underrated performance with Guy Pearce. Excellent movie. I think he's actually a really talented actor, but I just don't like him in that role. But I'd give him a fair chance because I feel like he's a little pigeonholed. Because people always think of Twilight, it was such a huge franchise, but he's a much better actor than that. So yeah. Have you watched Bad Times at the El? I haven't, and that's one I really want to see. It's one of the ones I want to check out the most. I'm pretty sure Fox handles it, and sometimes Fox will send me review copies, but they'll send it like a month after the release. So I'm kind of like, should I buy it? Should I get like I remember I rented the Predator movie on demand, and literally like 2 days later they sent me a review copy for it on 4K. I was like, ah, I just wasted like $8 watching that, you know. Genre, Full Moon does mostly horror related. I am going to do another. If your movies for sale, can I have? Yeah, I'm going to be doing another for sale video for my movies. So yeah, I'll probably do that in the next couple days. Actually, I just have like a whole stack I gotta sort through. Actually, I was looking through some old DVDs. Apparently, this ECW Heatwave DVD is, I guess, out of print. It goes for, I don't know, I think it was like $30 or something like that. But I don't know. It's like that's eBay prices and stuff. But I don't know. I got a whole bunch of stuff I have to go through, and I'll make a video for it coming up probably within the next few days. That's the goal. And let me know, is the video like choppy? I feel like sometimes it's a little laggy and a little kind of freezes. And I remember watching the last live video I did, and it wasn't like that until the end of the video. But then when I watched it, once it uploaded to YouTube, it was like laggy and freezing like every second. What are some of my all-time favorite bands? That was a question I got in my old Q&A video that I filmed and never uploaded. When I was in college, my favorite band was The Movie Life and then Elliott Smith. I like Rolling Stones, Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Offspring. I'm into a lot of classic rock. I used to like a lot of like 90s hip hop. The hip hop music today is terrible. It's just mind boggling. Like I saw Cardi B, I guess, won a Grammy. I didn't watch the Grammys, but she talks like a child. I don't understand. I don't know. It just boggles my mind. And I see commercials with some of the people and they're making just noises, and it's just horrendous. It blows my mind. I remember I saw the videos for who was it? It was Kanye West, and then I don't know. I can't remember his name. He does the Gucci Gang song. It's just shocking how many views that guy doesn't ever have to work again with all the views he got for that video. But yeah, the state of modern music today is rough. And I never used to be into country music. but I started listening to Chris Stapleton. I really like his music. But I'm pretty much I have eclectic tastes. I'm a little bit of all over the place there. But yeah, those are just a few that pop off the top of my head right there. Um, well, climax will make you uncomfortable and well, I probably missed a whole ton of comments, dude. Watch Climax by Gasper No. I will check that out. He's kind of like love or hate it for me. Like there's some stuff I really enjoy, other stuff I don't. Um, but Atmosphere is another band that I really enjoy. Occasionally, I will post on my channel. There's like a community section, and I'll post on there like what I'm listening to. Jeff, what am I drinking tonight? I am drinking a Krabby's ginger beer. I love ginger beer. I feel like a lot of people don't like it. It's an acquired taste for sure, but I love it. And once it hits your mouth, it's just like love. I love it. I love ginger in general. Did you watch Free Fire? No, I didn't. I heard mixed reviews on it. I do want to check that one out. I do like the it was a Brie Larson who's in there and a few other recognizable people, and I do plan on checking that one out. Um, when did Climax come out, by the way? We're amazing in it. Maybe want to go check out. All right, that's cool. I'm down for uncomfortable watches. Uh, Cardi B walks in. Yeah, I don't understand the appeal for her. Like she's everywhere now. She's in the commercials, and I just thank you. It's actually for my all-time favorite movie, John Carpenter's The Thing. I love the heck out of it. This was a gift for Christmas, not last year, but the year before. Are you religious? I am not religious. I was raised Catholic, but I haven't been to church in a few years. Um, Last time I went to church was for like I guess kind of like a mass of people who for people who passed away. I can't remember what the term for it is right now. So that was like the last time when my father passed away to kind of like commemorate him and then the people in the community who passed away around the same time. So yeah, I really haven't been to church in years. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. I appreciate people who are, and I think a lot of I think all religions really need to be modernized. I think it's good for teaching morals and things like that and sense of community. But definitely modernization would certainly help. And anything is better than today's pop, hip hop, rap. Yeah, exactly. I think the hip hop today is more pop music than anything, and it's just it blows my mind. I don't know if just because I've gotten older, I'm just an old man. Get off my lawn. But the music today, especially the hip hop, rap music, is just horrendous, mind-boggling, mind-numbingly bad. Um, Die Ho Hen Jank, dude, we get it. You smoke weed. I don't know what in the world you're talking about, but I don't smoke weed at all. So that's a really random, bizarre, incorrect comment. I'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on the house that Jack built. Yes, thank you for reminding me about that. I forgot about that one. I don't know when there's going to be a release date for physical copy of that. And I don't. I might have to just purchase it on demand, check it out. But that's when I have to check out too. Climax came out March 2nd of last year. Interesting. I love The Thing. Yes, I love The Thing as well. My all-time favorite movie. Since Isolation, Paranoia. Again, I love movies with a snowy setting, especially horror movies. Ennio Morricondi's score. Rob Bottin's practical effects, which I think still stand the test of time. And then Dean Cunny's cinematography, Carpenter's directing. The whole cast was phenomenal. Oh, it comes out in March. Okay, so you saw an early screener of it, I guess. The Descent, I think The Descent is really good as well. The second one was just too derivative, but definitely a modern classic for sure. The Descent was groundbreaking. So was Dog Soldiers. Have you seen The Ritual? Yes, I have seen the Ritual and Babysitter, both on Netflix. Both amazing movies to me. Ritual, I didn't. I don't know. It was a lot of good atmosphere, a lot of creepiness, and then the reveal was a little for me. The look. Babysitter, I thought was a lot of fun. Uh, Excuse me. Scrolling through, how are you feeling about the Pet Cemetery remake coming out? I feel like there's, excuse me, get a little burps right here from the Krabbies. I feel like there's so many horror remakes coming out. I'm open to it though, but I do like that they're doing different things, unique takes on all these new movies. So it's not just a straight up remake. Oh, Joe, what's up, man? How are you? I remember, I think when I first started talking to you on here, I thought you were somebody else that I knew from high school back in the day. The same name, but I guess it's a pretty common name. Thoughts on it? Are you talking about the one coming out or the one that came out? I really enjoy the old miniseries. It was a great storytelling. I didn't really find it to be that scary per se. The new one, I feel like they're trying to ramp up the scares. I don't know. I guess I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with. I think I'm more excited about the adult cast than I was for the younger cast. It's a bummer that you had a flat tire, but I'm glad you got it situated and that you were able to make it on here. Hey, Joel, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the support. Cheers to you, man. Take it easy, and I hope things work out with your friend. Yeah, she was. I can't remember Samara Weaving. There you go. Thank you so much, Jeff Overing. Absolutely. Cheers to that, my friend. She was in something else too that I watched. Was that the one where she was in with Glenn from The Walking Dead? Was that her? If so, I think she's awesome, talented, and stunning, and she should be in way more things. Mayhem, yes, thank you. Mayhem was awesome. Climax came out March 2018. Oh, I thought the person said 2019. My apologies if I messed that up. Uh, scrolling. Has anyone else in the chat seen The Night Comes for Us? Okay, yeah, you said March 2019, but Nina said 2018. So I will have to check that out. Nicholas Lucas, hey, there's just not perving out, just appreciating aesthetic appeal right there. Did you watch Predator? Yes, I was talking about that before on here. I guess you maybe missed it. I can see that being a cult classic. Maybe a cult classic in the fact that it was a little ridiculous and over the top and super cheesy in certain aspects, but I thought it got a lot of hate, but I felt like it was a fun movie. I feel like it was much better than people gave it credit for, although I really didn't like Olivia Munn. I think she's very attractive, but I didn't think she was that great in that. I don't think she's a great actress, and I think pretty much anybody else, female lead-wise, in that role would have been better. So that was a big disappointment. And then some of the dialogue and some of the other supporting cast characters are a little too hokey and ridiculous. Yeah, Glenn, that was Corinne. How are you? Again, I tune in, say some more stuff for me, Corinne. But yeah, that was actually for me. That was my favorite character in The Walking Dead. I actually haven't watched this season at all. I think it just came back too, and I don't know. I just really, I kind of not that into The Walking Dead anymore. They killed out like everybody that I like really was invested in. So I know. I think a lot of people left the show too. Yeah, I thought Mayhem was a lot of fun. I think Mayhem is kind of underrated, but I felt like there's a lot of movies that came out that were kind of similar, like Bloodsucking Bastards, and then there was another one that I have over here somewhere that I can't think of the name of right now. It's gonna bother me. Let's go take a look to see if I can find out the movie that I'm thinking of right here. Here's some random horror Blu-rays. I probably won't be able to find it because I never seem to be able to find things when I'm trying. I need to organize everything. The collection is so. Belko Experiment. That's it right there. Belko Experiment reminded me a little bit of that too, which is a really good, intense movie. The Void is another one that I would think is a modern horror classic for me. I absolutely love it. If you like 80s, like Carpenter-esque, Clive Barker-esque kind of ones, those kind of H.P. Lovecraftian, I think you should check out The Void for sure. I like Devil's Candy too, which I have somewhere over here. It's probably like right in front of me. I'm not even like realizing it. But yeah, here's just some random parts of the collection. Right there. Creepshow release was amazing from Scream Factory. For me, one of the best releases of last year, along with the Wreck collection. All right. Scrolling. Do you like the first... I don't know. That's a really weird comment. Subscribe daily, G's. Did you watch It Comes at Night? Yes, briefly talked about that. Wait, I think I'm getting the other one confused now. Which one is that one? Olivia's a horrendous actress. Yeah, I was really disappointed. I remember she was in a TV show talking about like tech and geeky stuff back in the day. I thought that was good, but everything else I've kind of seen her in, like she's hot, but she can't act. Always wanted to ask you, but how did you come up with your YouTube name? As you ever bump into a neighbor that used to watch The Strain with? And you ever watch? Oh, yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that. It's a crazy good memory, Joe. Yeah. I mean, the neighbor lives right down the road. I don't really hang out with her anymore. Um, just say that. But yeah, my original name. It's funny. This is my AOL, my AIM name, AOL name, way back in the day. I like to say that it's because it's the literal meaning. Life is absolutely sublime. But I think I really just came up with it for like Absolute Vodka and the band Sublime because I was a kid when I made that up. So it's what I've used for AIM and AOL all the way back. So it's what I've used for pretty much everything. Have you seen The Ballad of Buster Scruggs? I haven't, but I like the TV show Scrubs. It's one of my all-time favorites. I saw the trailer for it. It didn't really appeal to me. Is it worth checking out? Let me know your thoughts on it. Poughkeepsie, yeah, I used to live right by Poughkeepsie. I definitely the Poughkeepsie tapes is one that I always think of now when I think of that because that's one that I think deserves way more attention too. Autopsy of Jane Doe, absolutely love the heck out of it. It's on Netflix, so I would definitely recommend checking out. I think it's a unique take. I don't want to give too much away, but I think it's creepy, it's atmospheric, it's thrilling, it's suspenseful. I love it. I would highly recommend Autopsy of Jane Doe. I was eating. You want to type my mouth full? Yes, you can type with your mouth full. You're not talking, right? Ohio. Yes. Corinne, you're from. My father was born in Ohio. I was actually born in El Paso, Texas, which is all over the news right now for because it's a border town. It's the big spot, and it's tragic and sad. You know, Trump is out there saying, El Paso is just ridden with crime, and it's a terrible place, and you know, it's terrible what's happening as far as everything like that. But I meant to ask you. I asked that because you asked, um, "Ask me anything dating." Was that a clickbait? If it wasn't a clickbait, then please advise us, Oracle. Yeah, you can ask anything. I thought you were I thought it was like a joke troll kind of comment. If we should, yeah, first, if that's a serious question, I always do the finger test. Get down there, make sure it's okay, then go, and then that's real life advice right there. Dirt nasty. I still remember when you had to switch from your old channel. Wow, thank you. That's crazy that it seems like I don't even know how long ago, like 8, 9 years ago, something crazy like that. So that's awesome that you're still following and watching my channel. I really appreciate the support. I definitely wish I didn't have to do that because my old channel got way better views. If you say so, Ancestral Mage. The thing is, politics aside, he's a crazy person. What he says, I've never seen anybody else say the things that he says on a daily basis. And if he could stop that, I think that would help in a dramatic way. I think that's the biggest issue, and I think a lot of concern that people have. Um, yeah, no problem. Have you watched Handjob Cabin? Actually, I think I might have seen a trailer for that. I didn't think it was an actual movie. I thought it was like a joke movie or like a joke trailer. Ask anything, but he doesn't have to. Yeah, there, absolutely. Like, I don't know. There's kind of common sense stuff. You know what not to say. It's especially when you're in the highest position there is. How would they approach a Trump biopic? There's got to be. You have to do it. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be Trump biopic. There's gonna be a lot of them. But I kind of wish it's gonna be. People are gonna make them one-sided either way. That's the only issue there. Uh, Jay, tell us about your mother. I don't have a great relationship with my mother. My mother has mental health issues. I think I've seen her like twice in the past 3 years. So, not a great relationship there. My father passed away 5 years ago, and I don't have any other family around here. I think my next closest family member is like 8 hours away. So, not don't have a lot of close family ties, unfortunately. But I always wanted to marry into a family that was close. I think that's something that I think is important. I grew up kind of for a period living with my best friend's family. That really kind of showed me and exposed to me like what real family is about, and I'm always going to be thankful for that. So big thank you to the Sanchez family. I'm sure you're not watching, but I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you guys still to this day. It pretty much means the world to me. You made such an impact on my life. It kind of changed my life for the better in a lot of ways. I was doing a lot of bad stuff back in the day when I was a kid, so I definitely think you guys kind of helped me change my ways a bit. It's funny because when I was younger, I was wild, out of control, doing a lot of bad things, and people who knew me back then and know me now, it's like it's night and day. And I feel like a lot of people don't change. Like there's people that I knew from back in the day who just never changed. So there you go. I'm sure I missed a ton of comments, so forgive me. I'm still going through. Are you going to do your complete horror Blu-ray collection anytime soon? Yes. I've been trying to do the random shelf videos. I want to do that some more. Then afterwards, I'll do a complete one. Yeah, upstate. I see that's the thing. I never really think of like Poughkeepsie and Orange County as being upstate New York, but anything like north of the city, people call upstate. Even though there's Buffalo. Worst Criterion Collection release. I really didn't care for the David Lynch documentary. I thought it was whoever edited that deserves an Oscar because he was just so. There's a fine line between genius and madness, and he is right at that line. I think he's done some amazing films. Eraserhead blew my mind when I first watched it. He's done a ton of great stuff, but watching him talk and watching him create, something's a little off. And whoever edited that documentary Criterion released, he had a lot of work to do because he was just so all over the place. But that was probably like my least favorite Criterion that I watched. It's a shame because I really enjoy him as a director, but unfortunately, it doesn't always translate to a person because it was crazy to watch. And I think it might be my least favorite Criterion. Well, I disagree with that. Well, but oh, no problem, Corinne. I'm pretty open and honest. You should do a complete out of print. Yeah, I wanted to do that, but I feel like I can't keep up with which ones are in print and out of print. Like some things are out of print and they come back in or re-released, and then there's different ones that go out of print like all the time. I don't play any video games. I don't own a video game system. So yeah. Uh, Scrolling through, I've watched The Lure. I haven't seen. I actually have it over here. It's the Criterion Collection release for it, so I need to sit down and watch that one. Uh, I agree with that, Karen. Scrolling through, I feel like I missed some more comments, so forgive me if I missed comments from you. I definitely want to address everybody who comments on here because I definitely think it's awesome that you guys are talking on here and asking me questions. I love this instant interaction. That's why I like doing these live streams. And again, if you're on here and you haven't done so already, please give this video a like because it will help get me more exposure and maybe more people will tune in and ask more questions when I do these live streams in the future. Yes. Oh, yeah. Salo. I think there's a lot of movies that are under the guise of political and social commentary. Like I remember seeing somebody talk about a Serbian film, and I remember years ago people talking about it too. But recently I saw someone comment about it, saying it's the political social commentary for it, which I don't believe that at all. I think if you believe that, you are fooling yourself. The director said that in an article once, but I think he's just using that to help get more exposure for his film, which is just shock and awe value. That's really it's there for. It is a very shocking film, and I don't believe there's any social political commentary there. People can say that about anything. You can say that about Troll 2, and there's going to be some people that believe it. So I don't think there's any social political commentary for that movie. I think it's just, disturbing genre, essentially subgenre, sick and twisted subgenre, and there's going to be a lot of people that enjoy it. That was like one of my biggest reviews I ever did on my old channel. I can't remember what I remember I uploaded it, got like 100,000 views. This is like years ago. I don't know what it's up to now. But yeah, feel free to ask me anything. I did put in here, ask me anything, and I mean that. I've had some personal questions on here already, and I feel like I've been pretty open, so I'm cool with that. Ask away as long as you're not asking anything, to be a troll or be a jerk. Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, Troll 2, I remember having a crush on like the troll goblin queen chick in that one. And I'm like, what was I thinking? Boxers flash time? You know what? Why the heck not? I am in my boxers. I'm like always in my boxers. They are festive right now. There you go. They are flannel trees. What is that? Like Fair Isle design? But yeah, there you go. I remember I had, I remember I there was a video I did like 6 years ago, and I was it was just to be goofy, and I was like holding a huge stack of Blu-rays, like humping the Blu-rays. It was stupid and silly, but I remember after that, I had like a few people ask me all the time, "Are you in your boxers? Are you going to be in your boxers again?" It was a little surprising because I'm a chubby dude, but but if you're a chubby chaser and you like that sort of thing, but yeah, I think the pants are devil's clothing, and I pretty much the first thing I do when I get home is take my pants off, especially after a long day. Thoughts on toilet humor and film? It really depends. Like if there are a lot of modern comedy, I feel like they show a lot of nudity and they use a lot of crude language and they kind of pass that off under the guise of humor. I think most of the times it's cringy and forced and terrible. It really depends. But then there's some stuff I do like. I like some stand-up comedy where they utilize it, but I don't think crude humor for the from the sake of being crude is really that funny. If it actually has some truth behind it, that could be good. You missed my Manborg comment. It has the same director as The Void. I've heard of Manborg, but I kind of passed it over because I heard it was super cheesy. I do sales. I've done some form. It's funny. That's like one of the most asked comments I get. What's my job? I've worked in some form of sales since I was like 16, essentially. I've done a lot of retail sales when I was younger. It's like the bane of my existence. So I'm glad I'm not doing retail anymore, but still sales, which is honestly never fun. Yeah. Thoughts? Oh, I remember that. Thank you for remembering that. That's such a. I had when I made that video, I was surprised at how many comments I got about the humping of the Blu-rays and my boxers, and like how many comments still to this day that I'll get talking about, which is every now and then. Home is where the pants come off. That's hopefully true. Hopefully, it would be amazing if Criterion trolls everyone and release the room. Oh man, I could actually see that happening because that is such a cult following. And they've back in the day they put out movies like Armageddon, The Rock, even Chasing Amy was kind of a surprise release, which I definitely appreciate a lot more. Chasing Amy was one that I didn't like when it first came out, but now I love it. I've never visited Arizona, although I used to have family there, but they moved to Texas now. I don't know if I would like. I remember somebody posted one of my friends on here. He posted Silent Mike way back in the day. He lived in Arizona, and he posted there was like a dust storm. It looked like something out of The Mummy. I was like, I don't know if I could handle that, and the temperatures as well. Have you ever taken LSD? No, I've never taken it, but I have sold it. Honesty, truth, right there. This was back, when I was a teenager to early 20s. Did a lot of stuff that, not proud of. I definitely am not saying that to as something to be braggadocious about it. I think it's something that nobody should do. I'm not into it, but even though who was the actor who was a very famous actor, classic actor? I can't remember his name right now, but he actually promoted taking LSD. Kind of. I can't remember his name now. Cary Grant was it? I think it was Cary Grant. I think it was like a surprising. Obviously I read about it way after the fact, but I was kind of shocked because I remember seeing all these movies that he was in and his roles that he usually plays, and I was really surprised by that. Who is your biggest heartthrob actress? Jennifer Tilly is pretty hot, but yeah, Bound was absolutely. I just got the olive release for that not long ago. Gina Gershon too, I believe in there. For me, my biggest celebrity crush growing up was Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I used to have a big Kelly Kapowski poster on my wall, uh, and I think she's still stunning to this day. I like Stacey Dash from Clueless. I think she's still stunning to this day. I like Sarah Michelle Gellar, Christina Ricci. I like, who I like now, who I think is really, first of all, Jessica Alba is Penelope Cruz, Selma Hayek, Ariel Winter is a younger actress who I think is absolutely stunning. And then, oh my gosh, what is the Juno Temple is really attractive. There's so many beautiful women out there, but those are just a handful. Uh, Big old knockers. Scrolling through, you ever visited Yuma? No, I haven't been to. Only place I've been to in California was I think San Diego, and that's when I was younger. I have a lot of family in San Diego. I really do want to visit there again. Have you ever considered working in a movie theater? I probably love that job. At the same time, kind of hate it, depending on what the job would be. I wouldn't want to be an usher or a ticket person or something like that necessarily. Maybe if I was managing it or something, that would be cool. I've had some family members who did that too, and some friends. It'd be cool to be able to see the movies, maybe possibly for free or earlier. Do you have a favorite BlueTuber. If you guys could give me some recommendations for Blu-ray updaters, movie reviewers on here, I would definitely appreciate it. The big people I used to watch a lot more people, but life is busy with work and a social life. It's hard to watch a lot of people on here, especially when people are making like 30-minute videos, an hour video on updates. So it's I have to prioritize who I watch. The big two I watch right now are Movie Chatter, Stephanie, she's got a great channel, and then Talk Movies with Us, Ashley and George. I really enjoy their content as well. But yeah, if there's anybody else that you guys enjoy that you think is worth checking out, let me know, because I'm always looking forward to recommendations. Scrolling through. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you like your job in sales for sure. Uh, scrolling through. Penelope Cruz, yes. Oh, Vanilla Sky is one of my all-time favorite movies. That was a life-changing movie for me. I remember I was dating this girl for a while at the time. We were going through kind of a rough patch. 100% my fault, by the way. I was young, in much better shape, and probably shouldn't have been in a relationship at the time. But we saw that movie, and it kind of changed our relationship dynamic. Gave us kind of like that fresh start idea. So I absolutely love the movie. And I remember sending you a comment saying, "I will see your junk in my nightmares," because you can see the movement, the pendulum movement. Oh man, I really want to screenshot that. Sorry about that, Nicholas, that you saw the movement. White Snake Moan. The dust storms, yeah, the dust storms. I wouldn't be able to handle that, man. It looked like straight out of the Mummy from that. Wasn't there a tropical themed song going with it too? I think so. I used some like advertising free music on there. Yeah, good memory. I used to go to a lot of concerts. I don't as much anymore. Like the last concert I probably went to was Jimmy Eat World, which I used to love them back in the day. My dog passed away a year ago, so not well. uh, Yes, I definitely Open Your Eyes was a really good film, but I think Vanilla Sky was superior in every aspect. The storytelling, the cinematography, the soundtrack. Penelope Cruz's role was expanded. I am gonna actually go to the other room for a second and probably, I'm gonna see if I can hook up my charger because I think my phone is probably gonna be getting close to going out. So let me get my charger real quick, and here's the rest of the collection. Right here. So yeah, there's horror DVDs right here and box sets and stuff, some science stuff. James Gunn. A lot of controversy with him. And DVDs, more Blu-rays. There's 4Ks over there, just stacks all over the floor. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably gonna bring this charger in the other room. Oh, I love the ending for Vanilla Sky. Slither's amazing. That's one of my all-time favorites. A great mixture of horror, sci-fi, and comedy. You gonna go see The Prodigy? Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't really love the trailer for it with the evil killer kid. I'll probably watch it when it comes out on physical media, but I'm not in a rush to see it, honestly. But yeah, Slither to me, Night of the Creeps. I'm actually looking forward to that release from Scream Factory. Really enjoy that one. How many movies are there in your entire collection? I've downsized a ton, which surprises a lot of people when I say that. But let me actually bring this to the other room and charge it up. It's better lighting by far. I hate this like corner's like the dark corner of the collection. But yeah, there's stuff like everywhere. I've downsized the collection a ton though, even though you probably can't tell. Yeah, these are all movies that I'm actually going to get rid of in here too. But as many movies as you see in here, I've gotten rid of like the same amount. So it's definitely crazy for sure. And take this out so I can plug my charger in. So just bear with me one moment. Hopefully this charges up easily. I wish there was a... Oh, you know what? Maybe I could put it over here. Forgive the weird angles right now. I'm just trying to charge my phone up so we can talk some more, back and forth, you and I. Again, I think it's awesome that people still watch my channel and content because I've kind of hated what I do recently. not necessarily hated. I still have a fun time making movies, but I just want to get back to making more movie reviews. That's the biggest thing. Wait, did I just see Hostel? Probably. I have. There was actually a. Oh yeah, well, there's this. I just got the new release in from Mill Creek, which is another double feature release. So it's the same kind of thing. But I'm just actually trying to decide which cover I like better because I'm gonna keep one and get rid of the other. Same thing. So I'm gonna get rid of one of the Hostel double features, and then Bloody Birthday. I'm gonna get rid of this one too. So if anyone wants to is interested in this one, let me know because I got the Arrow video release recently, and I don't know if I actually know. I take it back. I know I've shown this before, but I wanted to do a standalone video for it. Here is a custom VHS for Hereditary, which is just really cool to me. I dig the heck out of it. They did a great job with this kind of. I guess it's a bootleg. You can call it what you want, but I just thought it was cool. I don't really, support that unless it's something that's out of print or they don't make. Then I'm all for it. But I don't know. I thought it was cool. I love the movie. I had to have it. Did you? No, I didn't. Yeah, no, the Aladdin trailer. I'm not interested in seeing Aladdin, the live version. I think the biggest issue is they need better leads. Yeah, Will Smith for sure. Two leads. I've never seen them or heard of them before, so I really don't have any interest to see that one. I don't know why. I feel like the video is choppy right now. Thank you. I appreciate that. Would love to see your horror DVDs. It's funny. My horror DVD collection I've cut in half because I got rid of a whole bunch of ones that were like low budget that I really never plan to watch again, and then I upgraded a lot to Blu-ray too. So I still have a bunch. Arrow Video's killing. Yeah, I completely agree. I prefer Arrow Video. I think Scream Factory does a great job sometimes, but they do too many re-releases for me. Arrow Video has, I feel like, a lot of newer stuff. I don't know. I'm a fan of both, but I would pick Arrow Video right now over the two. Are you active or pay attention to Blu-ray.com for movies and upcoming releases? I used to be on there. I'm not on there anymore, but I still check. I feel like it's the go-to spot for Blu-ray release information. So absolutely, I check out Blu-ray.com all the time to see what's coming out. I do work with a lot of studios, so I get a lot of information that way as well. They'll send me emails about stuff coming out. How many movies in my entire collection? I am not sure. If I had to guess, probably around 4,500 Blu-rays and maybe like 2,500 DVDs. Like I said, I cut down my collection a lot. So while it still sounds like a lot, like 7,000 total movies, I had probably double that at one point. Alita Battle Angel. I am not looking forward to that one. The trailers, I don't like the look. It's got that was the Valley, and then I don't know. I think there was one that was pushed back for a little bit. And I don't know. I didn't care for the look for that one. I haven't seen Thanksgiving, but I do want to see. I know there's Thanksgiving, then Thanksgiving 3. They skipped over the second one, which I think is amusing. Let me know how Alita Battle Angel is. You hate the theater? Yeah, I used to see every movie that came out in the movie theater, but now I don't. I feel like movies go from the theater to home video within like 2 months now. Like Venom, that was like I think literally 2 months from when I got my review copy for it. It was shocking. And plus, I don't know. I feel like so many of these movies have turned into like the dine-in ones. People are dropping food and slurping their drinks, and I really don't want to I don't want to get drunk when I'm watching a movie that I haven't seen before, and I want to pay attention. I don't want to chew, and I don't know. I like to focus. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely prefer watching at home now. The movie theater experience has changed dramatically for me. Whatever happened to my dog? I mentioned that already. He passed away last year. I had my dog for 12 and a half years. Great dog. His name was Wrigley. He was a Chihuahua. Just a really sweet dog, but he had a tough life. He had seizures the majority of his life since he was like 1, and the vets could never tell me why he had it. So he had that all the time. Some of those seizures last like 45 minutes. It was terrible. He couldn't walk. He would fall over. He would drool, vomit, go to the bathroom. So that was awful. And the only thing you could do was just, kind of, console him, pet him, and try to comfort him. And then he had pancreatitis. His anal glands burst at one point because you have to bring him to the vet and express them. I guess he didn't get them done enough. And then the pancreatitis was like a $3,000 vet bill. And then he had, I thought he was going to pass away. Actually, I thought he was having pancreatitis again, but then I brought him to emergency vet again, which was over $5,000 that time. And ended up having congestive heart failure and kidney failure. And they said he had like a 10% chance to survive that weekend. and he ended up living for another like year and a half after that. So I'm glad. It cost a lot of money, but I'm thankful. Instead of getting a big brand new TV, I'm happy to have had him for a little bit longer. And he had a rough time. He had to have medications, like 4, 5 medications every single day, several times a day for some of them, prescription food. So he had a tough life, but he was a really good dog, and I'm glad that I had him, because I think that if somebody else had him, they probably would have given him up, and he might have been put down, because not a lot of people want to deal with the dog who has a lot of health issues, and especially financially. So I'm thankful it worked out. I'm thankful that I essentially, and he was a great dog. I'm sad that he passed. It was a year ago, February 1st. Yeah, I don't think I ever did it. I was gonna do a video about it, then I didn't. I've had some like crazy trolls on here. I remember I had a couple of people who were like disgustingly sick mentally, who made negative comments about my dog when he passed away. Just horrible. I can't imagine that mindset, and just mental illness is a serious issue in general, but especially I feel like the past few years it's kind of shocking how crazy it is, especially online too. People use the anonymity of the internet to just say and do crazy things that they would never say and do in real life. But nowadays, everything that's on the news every single day, and things are being said, and it's a different social climate. I think being a good person and being nice to other people is important, and it doesn't feel like that is as important as it used to be, especially again in this social climate. Thoughts? I haven't seen that one. Have you seen the Trauma film Butt Crack? No, I haven't, and not in a rush to see it. Trauma to me is a lot of stinkers. They have a few things I do like though. I appreciate that. Would you? Yes, absolutely. I was thinking about getting another dog. Again, it is a big financial responsibility, so that's the thing. Especially with my dog being sick, I realize how much of a financial responsibility it is. And I think a lot of people get dogs and they don't realize, it's a huge responsibility, time wise, caring wise, financial wise. Dogs, depend on you for everything, to eat, to go out. So they're your, for them, it's the only, you go out, you hang out with your friends, you do all that kind of stuff. They have you. That's pretty much about it. But yeah, I would definitely love to get another dog. I am an animal lover. I'm more of a dog person than a cat person. But scrolling through, we have two Chihuahuas living with us now. That's awesome. Yeah, they're little dogs, but a huge heart. But yeah, I used to have a German Shepherd Rottweiler mix at one point when I was younger, and then when I was a kid, I had a Cocker Spaniel. So I've had dogs of every size, medium, large, and small. Uh, what about Bad Milo? I actually just recently picked up Bad Milo, so I will be watching that. It looks like such cheesy fun. I know the guy from, was it Ken Marino from The State is in there, so I'll be checking that out. Somewhere about a guy. That is a hilarious uh, concept. Will says it's the trauma film Butt Crack is about a guy who, if you see his butt crack, you will die. So it's like The Ring, but butt crack version. I remember seeing The Ring in the movie theaters actually. When I was living in my fraternity house in college, they were doing like giving away tickets for The Ring. And I remember they gave away too many tickets, and it was a popular movie in general, the remake for it, and it was so overpacked that they had to like come in and like take people out. It was like a fire hazard. That was a really good theater experience. I thought that was a really good horror movie and horror remake too. I actually prefer it over Ringu. Have you picked up any of the John Carpenter 4K collector's editions from the UK? I have not yet. I know the 4K titles are region free. Some of the releases over in the UK, packaging wise, I haven't loved. Like they did the VHS sets, I thought they looked terrible. So I want to see more about the packaging before I decide. I think they are bigger packaging wise too. It's going to take up more room, but I think I might pick them up depending on which ones. Uh, the most recent Ring film was rough. Yeah, Rings. That was a not worthy to keep in the collection movie at all. I saw it, and I like Vincent D'Onofrio a lot. He was the best part for me. And this is crazy to me. This is one thing I love doing these live stream videos, the instant interaction, talking on here about movies, life in general. But time flies like that. Like it feels like maybe it's 20 minutes, but it's over an hour. It's crazy to me. Yes, Rings. Uh, yes, if it's not, it's so crazy when he did that movie. He also did Adventures in Babysitting, where he played Thor the same year. And actually, let me see. Do I have the digibook for? Hold on, let me. I thought I had the digibook for it, and now it's gonna bother me. So I'm gonna have to look. I have so much crap in front of here. There's a whole stack of Criterion Collection movies. Full Metal Jacket right there. Really good digibook release. I can't wait to get all this stuff off the floor. I have these Yankees hats that I bought, and they just are not my style anymore. I don't know if anybody would be interested in like doing trades for like movies for some of these hats because they were expensive. You know, back in the day, I used to be big into fashion, if you will. Now I just don't care. um, you know, comfortable. In back in the day, I would spend a lot of money on designer stuff. Like diesel jeans were like, I don't know, 160 bucks. Psh. Lacoste polos were like 85 bucks. Psh. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Earlier, you were talking about wanting to check out foreign films. I recommend The Guilty. Is that a new one? When did that one come out? Yeah, I'm definitely for 2018 was like the least amount of foreign films that I've seen in a year. Usually, at the end of the year, I check out a lot of international foreign films. And they usually make my top list of the year. So this year, I didn't really watch that many at all. Yes, The Jerk. I have the previous Blu-ray release for The Jerk, so I'm probably good on that. Again, they do a lot of re-releases, so Thor's my rebound boyfriend. Well, he's a lucky guy, Karen. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting that he played Full Metal Jacket and then Thor that same year because he was such a drastic different body type by that point. Because when he was Thor in Adventures of Babysitting, it was a really small role. It was just he was skinnier, and then Full Metal Jacket, yeah. It's been about an hour. Time flies. Absolutely. Nicholas says, "Okay, buddy, have to go to bed, but I was enabled the notification, so I will be on a regular check-in." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good night, man. Cheers. It's always interesting to me to see that people, you know, tell me they're from this country, that country. I think that Bolivia, Ireland. I think that's so cool that there's people from all over the world tuning in. I think YouTube is a great outlet for that to talk movies, talk life, anything. Yeah, I again, I did. It wasn't a clickbait thing. You can ask me anything about my life, and I will answer it. Honestly, just don't be a troll or a jerk, and then I'll answer truthfully and honestly. I don't have any problem with doing that. Um, so yeah, again, I love talking movies on here, and I don't mind doing life stuff either, vlogging. Uh, Scrolling through. Yeah, I love Full Metal Jacket. Going back to that, but I definitely think the first half is so much better than the second half. But I still think as a complete movie overall, it's a one of the best war movies ever. There's so many great moments and quotable lines in there. Okay, cool. The Guilty came out in 2018. God, that's one of the things. I got to scroll through the comments, but I definitely want to. Can you message me on Facebook about that one? Because that's one I definitely want to check out. Then, if it's from 2018, it's a foreign movie that you recommend. Yeah, hit me up on Facebook if you can, Max or Jax. I know you did that last time, and I definitely appreciate that because I definitely want to make a top movies of 2018 list, and I definitely want to check out more foreign films. Right now, I feel like I don't like I want to see so many more, but you know, the list that I have for my top 10 movies right now, I just like I want to add something more to it. You know what I mean? Um, did you end up getting the Bergman set on Criterion? No, I did not, but I do like Bergman. Wild Strawberries. I remember watching that when I was young, and I love a lot of his work. So yeah, by let me know if is it. I mean, obviously it's worth getting out, but I haven't checked out the special features or packaging or anything yet, design wise on it. Uh, Zama. Why does that sound familiar? What is? Do you remember? Can you tell me what that's about, Zama? I appreciate all your comments, by the way, Will. I think that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are interested in me because I think I still have the videos. I think I still have to edit them. If you guys are interested in seeing a somewhat fatter version of me from like 5 years ago, answering a bunch of questions from 5 years ago. Did you see Cold Hell? No, I have not. When did that come out? And I like the title. What's it about? What genre? And Zama to me sounds so familiar. And I wonder if it's what I'm thinking of. I don't think it is, though. I think it's something different. But it sounds familiar to me. Favorite practical effect? I really like The Thing, again, is my all time favorite movie. So it's from the director of Anatomy. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. But I really like the like what is the when he lunges in and gets his hands cut off, the paddles. I can't remember what those the paddle things are called. But that to me was a really awesome effect. But I love again Rob Bottin's practical effects in that, which just blew me away. I know a lot of people love the burning, but I thought the Tom Savini's effects in that were probably some of the worst of his career. Especially the raft scene, which everybody like talks about that scene. You could, the neck, I always stood out to me as just looking so fake and cheesy to me. I need to rewatch it though. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I remember hating the effects, and I didn't really like the editing for the ending either. Those are two big issues I had with it. But I don't know. I'm a picky guy, so I'll definitely have to check that out again and rewatch it. Scrolling through, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely interested in seeing more foreign films. That's one thing I definitely appreciate on here too, the diversity. Like I get a lot of people who are just solely into horror, and I dig it. And there's some people who are have more broad horizons. I know some people hate when I talk about Criterion Collection because they think it's just snobby, pretentious films. That's not the case. They have a wide array. Um, excuse me, something for everybody. They have classic horror. They have modern horror. I mean, you go from um, the Brood to the Innocents, like a far departure right there. Cronenberg. Oh yeah, that is a classic for sure. The eye scene in Zombie 2. I always like the zombie versus shark scene in there in Fulci Zombie. Your thoughts on Quentin Tarantino's new film coming out, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I am excited for it. I'm a big fan of Tarantino. I'll pretty much watch anything that he's written, directed, and he got married recently too, which is I don't know. I feel like somewhat surprising. I remember there were so many videos of him just acting crazy back in the day, but he's a very talented writer and filmmaker, and I'm excited to see. I know DiCaprio's in there as well, I believe, and they when they team up together, they work really well. It's an Argentinian film. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm almost certain. Is it like an old like I love Argentina by the way. It's a whole backstory right there. Yeah, is kind of like a is it set like the I don't know I can't remember what kind of royal times, but he had like a I'm pretty sure I actually have that and I've been meaning to watch it. Yes, then I totally that is the film I was thinking of. That is awesome, and I've actually kind of like I for movies that I had that I've been meaning to check out. It's been on I put it kind of on the bottom. Now I'm gonna have to move it up to the top then. So that's interesting. Thank you for that. That's awesome that you say that, Will, because I've kind of been putting off watching it, and now I need to put it at the top of the list. That's awesome. Yes, I have the Zombie Flesh Eaters Steelbook, which I love that Steelbook. It was like an orange Steelbook from Arrow Video. Oh, Corinne, you're going? Oh, I thought you were gonna have some more good questions for me. I liked your questions that you asked tonight already, but thank you for tuning in and all your support as well. I've definitely enjoyed talking to you for years on here. So thank you, Corinne, and I hope you have a good night as well. Cheers. Yeah, so if anybody else has any other questions, I see 20 something people up in here. Ask away. You can ask anything. I feel like a lot of people might have missed stuff that I've answered already, but that's okay. I don't mind repeating. Um, yeah, Corinne is awesome. She is my lone Patreon supporter. I never did a video about Patreon. I made a video, but I never uploaded it, and I don't know. I feel like Patreon is kind of like a dirty word. A lot of people don't care for it. I understand it, but I made like I have a link. I made a Patreon. I made a link for it, and she saw in my my description section in one of my videos, and she donated to Patreon, which I think is awesome. I definitely appreciate that too. I got to give Corinne some special like privileges as far as requesting anything that she wants to see me talk about for sure. Since we can ask anything, do you have any bad relationship date stories? Absolutely. You know, is there anything specific? I was engaged at one time. That was terrible. um, I feel bad because I don't know. That was a long time ago now. So it was like 10 years ago. So you know it's in the past, but yeah, it was like really the only terrible relationship I ever had. As far as breakups, I've had breakups and stuff, but that was really the only negative, really bad breakup I had. It was horrendous in so many levels. If you want to hear the story, let's go ahead and get into it, right? So I didn't know this at the time. I remember in the very beginning of us seeing each other, she's like, "I'm really emotional." I was like, "Well, you're a girl." I feel like that's a disclaimer every girl should give. But I didn't know at the time, but she was bipolar, and that definitely caused a lot of issues. I can't remember if she wasn't either taking the medication or wasn't working, but she was also drinking a lot, and that definitely fueled a lot of fires and crazy mood swings. And then her brother ended up living with us, and her brother was, I think, 21 at the time, and just he was doing a lot of coke, not paying bills, eating all the food, leaving dishes out, looking at porn on the computer of mine that was in the living room, which means he was in the living room, and that's terrible. What if somebody would have gotten up and walked out and seen that? That's disgusting. And we had to sit him down like a little kid, saying, you can't look at porn in the living room because it's gonna get viruses. And of course, he did it again. I made him pay for like Geek Squad to come out and fix it because the computer was ruined and fried. Um, and then, yeah, her mother stayed with us for a while, and her mother had drug and alcohol problems. So it was with all the family stuff, plus with her, it was just a lot of drama and just I told her one time, I'm not happy. I haven't been happy in months, and she's like, "We'll work on things." And our schedules weren't great either. Basically, when we saw each other, we were working so much that when I got home from work, she got home from work. We were both tired. We would usually go to bed, and we'd occasionally have people over for parties and stuff like that because we were younger. But all that stuff added. I remember the very first time I met her mother. She came off the plane from Florida, and she was wasted. I was like, cool, it happens. People don't like to fly. I don't like to fly anymore. So I can understand. But then the next day I came home from work and I was the only one there, and her mother was trying to cook, but she was wasted. She was dropping food everywhere. And my dog was, who at the time he's very sensitive. He had seizures. He couldn't have food like that. So he was trying to eat the food that was dropped all over the floor. I remember her mother asked me, "It was like, how come you don't like me?" It was a really uncomfortable moment, and that breakup was by far really the only negative, really bad breakup I ever had. I remember it was all kinds of craziness. I remember she was with somebody else. She was engaged to somebody else like after that, and I remember like she would call me up and we would hook up, and that was terrible for me. I probably shouldn't have continued to have seen her, but there was some fun, some goodness. I feel like the higher the craziness, the higher the passion. It's a high risk rewards situation there. Scrolling through. Yeah, so that was really my only bad relationship, negative relationship. Like I've had other relationships, but at least been like I'm friends with a lot of exes on Facebook and stuff like that. The girl I was with for 4.5 years, I'm friends with her on Facebook. I mean, we don't really hang out or anything, but occasionally she'll comment or something like that. If you give any director 100 million to make whatever they wanted, who would it be? Woof, that is tough. Oh man, there's so many. I feel like modern stylistic directors. I'd have to really sit down and think about that. I mean, when I was younger, like my favorite director was Carpenter, but I don't think I would give him that much money. Although if maybe he would do some more experimental stuff, perhaps. But I don't know. I like Denis Villeneuve. Maybe possibly him. I have seen Hellfest. I have it right here, in fact, and I love the concept to it. I love the ending to it. Two good kills. The rest of the movie was a little bit disappointing to me. The characters were all throwaway characters, except for the one female character, like the punk friend. She was a bullet in the killing. But the rest of the characters were just their dialogue, their actions. You didn't care about them. And then the two kills were good, but then the rest of the movie was just it could have been so much better. Oh, that's okay. All right. I get you. Yeah, sounds like I dodged a bullet. Yeah. We broke up like I think 2 months before the wedding, so a lot of the stuff was non-refundable, and it was a whole big thing to try to get because we lived together too to get stuff back. I remember like I had a couple of friends who were officers, who were like you might have to go to family court for it. Although I think they were wrong, because you had to have lived together for longer than that. But it was definitely a lot of drama, and everything works out for a reason, right? Porn in the living room. That's new low. Yeah, absolutely. Like it's crazy. Like there's so much I don't even want to think about with that. But that was a terrible. So no, of course, yeah, of course not all women are like that. I know that. Yes. Um, but yeah, that was just a bad situation for sure. But that's yeah, again, like that was my only negative, like really bad breakup. So there you go. But yeah, I don't know. Just I feel like I've had a few people, a few girls in my videos on here in the past. So I feel like occasionally I'll get some comments asking about where's so and so, where's, not everybody lucky you didn't get her pregnant. Yes. Yes, indeed. I used to joke about that I was the real life good luck Chuck, because for a while there was like every girl who I was seeing or dating or hooking up with, the next guy that would come along, she would get married or pregnant. And I would joke and say I was preheating the oven. Um, Good Luck Chuck was a fun one. And again, Jessica Alba, so stunning. Yeah, I definitely like Dane Cook much better as a actor than a comedian. I really liked him in Mr. Brooks, kind of an underrated horror movie with Kevin Costner. I think Demi Moore and again Dane Cook. There's a few other recognizable people in there too, I believe. I think Demi Moore was the wife in there. But yeah, I like that movie a lot, and I think it doesn't get enough love. I was in My Best Friend's Girl, I think was another one Dane Cook was in that I liked. There's a couple other. I didn't really like Employee of the Month, but Jessica Simpson. It was like a cheesy one you can put on, kind of mindless comedy movie. But Jessica Simpson, stunning. Yeah, absolutely. Crazy stuff. You guys got any more questions for me? Any more? I definitely plan to do coming up. I still have to do my Black Friday pickup video, which I haven't done yet. I have a stack right here that I want to do a video for. I'm a slacker. But yeah, I got a horror Blu-ray update coming, a giant 4K collection update coming, and then I want to do more of my random horror Blu-ray shelf videos. And I don't know, I have a ton more stuff. I want to do more review, like straight up movie reviews, but that requires a lot more editing. And I do most of my editing now on my iPhone. And unfortunately, you can't put like a movie poster on there. You can't put a picture. You can put a video in a video, but not a picture, which is so weird to me. Like, if anything, it should be the other way around, that you can put a picture in the video, like right next to me if I wanted to. But you can't. You can put a video. I don't know. But hopefully they change that, do an update soon, because that would make my life so much easier. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I haven't done movie reviews in a while, just because I don't really have any editing software aside for just like the regular basic iMovie on my iPhone. I don't have a Mac laptop. I've just got a regular like Dell laptop. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely want. That's one of the biggest thing I want to get back to doing, is doing legit like straight up movie reviews. Went down the wrong way a little bit, but yeah, give me some more recommendations for not just movies, but for movie reviewers on YouTube and Blu-ray updaters on YouTube. I know people were asking me before, but again, I haven't really. There's only a handful of people that I watch these days, which I've already talked about before. But give me some recommendations of who you guys enjoy, who you watch. I used to do a thing called Shout Out of the Week on here, and I would shout out people who I think deserved more subscribers in the movie community. And that's something I might do again in the future. But I definitely want to check out more people too. I feel like a lot of times, again, with work and a social life, it's hard to, you have to prioritize your time. If people are doing like half an hour videos, an hour videos, updates and stuff, you have to pick and choose. So. But I'm definitely open to checking out new people, new reviewers and updaters and stuff like that. So leave me some recommendations down below. Any more questions? Anybody? Anybody? It's quiet now. Where'd everybody go to? I had some really interesting questions, so I definitely appreciate that. And all right, Jay, I got to head out. It's been nice hanging out. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Max Jackson. I appreciate it. Take care, my friend. I know a channel, this guy Martinez just 74. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad you're making videos, actually. My apologies for not mentioning you before. I consider you a friend. We've talked a while on here now, and I think it's awesome that you and Marie make videos. Um, and I hear your dog snoring sometimes in the back, which I think is great, Lola. So yeah, I'm glad that you're making videos for sure. I definitely enjoy your content, and I do watch you guys when I get a chance as well. So that's definitely another person. I'm not if I haven't put you in my other channels recommended list on my my main channel. I have like a few people listed. I need to. Wet Movie One, yeah, Wet Movie One. Him and Cool Doodle was the very first person I ever saw making videos on here. Excuse me, Blu-ray updates and stuff like that. And then Wet Movie One was the second person I saw doing on here. So they're Cool Doodle was like the original dude, and then Wet Movie was like the second. Wasting Money One. Do they still make videos? I thought they stopped making videos. It was like the main guy. I think his name was John. I think. And then his friends would come along, but it was mostly the one guy. But I feel like he moved and like he had stopped making videos for a long time. Then I saw he like moved somewhere, And I saw he did a video with Alex Leba as well. And then I feel like he didn't post anything anymore. So there you go. But yeah, so I don't know. Does he still post? It's dinner time. Enjoy. Cube. My name's not Bob. That's weird. But that's an interesting name right there. You know what? I'd like to see Scream Factory release the horror movie Cube, or even the Cube collection. There was like Cube Zero and the second Cube movie. But yeah, Cube was a really good, underrated horror sci-fi movie. I feel like it kind of influenced a lot of movies. I feel like somewhat influenced Saw a little bit, not on the same level at all, but had some kind of like contraption stuff like that. But Cube is an amazing movie. I have the Canadian release in here somewhere, but there needs to have a an American Blu-ray release, especially like a Scream Factory would be great, like a collector's edition. That would be awesome for that. So yeah, I've been on here for an hour and a half. If I don't get more questions coming up soon, I'm gonna end this one. But this was a lot of fun for sure. And maybe I will do like I did that video from a few years ago. I still have to do some editing to it, but maybe I will upload that anyways, just because I had a ton of questions on that one. I feel bad that I never uploaded it. But yeah, again, back like 5, 6 years ago, I was way more popular on here. A lot more views, a lot more comments and stuff like that. But I still love making videos, and I appreciate all the support on here over the years. I feel like I have a lot of subscribers, but I feel like most of my subscribers are from years ago and aren't quite as active anymore. I feel like I've seen a lot of people on here who've made videos come and go. So yeah, it's part of YouTube. But I still like making videos, so for now I'm gonna keep making videos. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything. Yes, I have a lot of organizing videos to do. The next thing I plan to do is more of the random horror Blu-ray shelf videos. I'm gonna finish that up and do like an organizing video of it, and then do like a complete collection video of my horror Blu-rays. I've had a lot of people ask about that. It's like one of my most popular or most requested videos that I do. Anything horror Blu-ray wise, I get a lot of questions about that. And I'm gonna do my Scream Factory Blu-ray collection too, but I don't have as much as everybody else seems to on here. I'm picky when it comes to what I'm going to buy from them, especially since they have a lot of re-releases. Hopefully you keep making. Thank you. I appreciate that very much, Jeff. And especially it's cool to talk to you that you were from where I used to be in New York as well. So cheers to you, Jeff. All right, guys. I think it is getting quiet in here, so that is my cue. But I appreciate all the comments and all the questions. And thank you so much again for all the support on here. I really do appreciate it. You guys rock. And I hope everybody's doing well. And again, if you see this video, if you're watching it on YouTube when it's been uploaded, please give the video a thumbs up, a like, and leave me a comment as well. It'll definitely help future videos get more exposure, and I definitely appreciate it. So, wait, I do have a question. Wait. I guess, have you ever seen the movie The Silent Partner? No, I haven't. But I do like the Christopher Plummer and Elliot Gould. So that's definitely something I should look into. But all right, thank you so much.